Howdy, y'all.
Hi, guys.
It's Ryan
And Angela.
from RNA Music.
And there's Ryan.
Favorite mom and pop guitar shop music lesson studio deep in Heart, Texas. We're about to answer questions. Questions that y'all want to know the answers to. We're about to give them to you. All right, welcome back, y'all. As we said, Ryan.
And Angela.
And we have a little music shop, small town, East Texas. We teach music.
That's
and today we're going to answer questions. This is episode 311. Wait. Yes. I don't know. 310 or 311. I think it's 311. Anyways, we're going to get to answering questions from viewers all over the world.
All over the world.
Let's get to it. First question, Jeff T. Hashtag Texas Worms. Hashtag Pop and Flick. Fun show. My question, if acoustics are so popular, why don't I hear about string height as much as I do with electrics? It would seem just as important.
Yeah.
Great question, Jeff T. Well, I'm not sure why you don't hear about string height. I mean, it is as important. It depends on who you talk to. Like, if you are always talking and hanging out and discussing with electric players, then, you know, sure, they talk about it quite often. Acoustic players, because I have people come in all the time in the shop, they're like, hey, can we adjust the string height on this acoustic? What can we do to get it lower? Now, having said that, it is more difficult to adjust the string height on the acoustic. It's pretty easy, honestly, on an electric guitar to play with the string height till you get it where you want.
Right.
On the acoustic, it's not quite as easy because, yes, you can adjust the action, you know, the bow in the neck, and you can do things with file down the nut, and you can file down the bridge, but once you file it down, you're kind of stuck. You just, because you've sanded material off, you can lower it. Raising it is not as easy. You have to shim it somehow, but ideally you just have to get it on the bridge.
Right.
So it's a lot more tedious to adjust the string height on acoustics, but it is something I hear people talk about. So that would probably be the answer, I think, Miss Angela. Would you agree?
Sure.
Absolutely. All right, thanks for the question, Jeff T. Great question. Next question. Terry Starks, hashtag Texas Worms, Pop and Flick, hashtag KTM. Hey, Ryan, do you buy double stuffing Oreos and then put them and split them in half and double the double side and then put the cookie with no stuffing in your Bluebell? What's y'all's favorite dessert? Angela, what's your favorite to make for the boys? Hashtag y'all are genuine. That sounds like diabetes waiting to happen.
Yeah, we
Terry.
haven't bought double stuffed cookies in probably over a year.
It's been a while. Now, I love me some Oreo cookies. I do.
Yes.
And Nutter Butters.
Yes.
And Chips Ahoy. No, I don't. And I actually don't.
The crunchy ones.
The crunchy
originals.
ones, yeah.
Not the
Because you can
chewies.
dip those in milk. The ones you can dip in a glass of milk, that's what I like. But no, we haven't had that in a while. We've kind of been trying to eat healthy.
So what is your Oreo cookie method?
For what?
Like, how do you eat your, do you just dunk and bite, or do you just bite
I dunk it
pop?
and I bite it.
Okay.
And milk. I don't like putting cookies in my ice cream. That's not something I do. I do like the double stuffed Oreos. I do like double stuffed Oreos though. If given the choice over regular Oreos and double stuff, I want the double stuff.
Yes.
But I'm very boring. Just grab it, dunk it in some milk, drown it for about 4 seconds, and it's the best thing
I
ever.
am not a dunker. I've never been a dunker. I will never be a cookie milk dunker. That is sacrilege.
We don't like milk.
Yeah, but I
That's the
love
problem.
cookies.
If you love milk
So-
as much as I did,
No, I do not like milk.
be a dunker.
But I do love cookies. My favorite dessert is tiramisu or cheesecake. They're right about the same. Tiramisu or cheesecake. I love cheesecake. Any kind of cheesecake with any topping, swirled, lemon, blueberry, praline, Oreo cookie.
Yeah. I don't know if I have
Tiramisu.
a favorite. I don't think I...
Yeah, but cookies, I like anything that's like chunky, like chocolate, pecan, like white, like all the stuff that's chunked into a cookie. So it's more like a candy bar than it's an actual cookie. I like white chocolate macadamia nut cookies. I like oatmeal raisin cookies. Yes, I am that person. I like oatmeal raisin chocolate cookies. So I like a bunch of different stuff with nuts in it. So I like really chunky,
Hearty.
hearty cookies. Yes.
We said hearty at the same time.
Yes. So it was almost like a very, very, very unhealthy granola bar.
Yeah. I actually really like, it just came to me. I was like, I really like homemade brownies.
Yes.
Like
you do.
in a pan.
We haven't done that. We should do that
Fudgy.
today.
No, because I've been on a streak maintaining my calories. So like, if we make brownies, I'm going to destroy my calorie deficit.
Well,
for
just
the
you
month.
just can get just one
No.
piece of brownie.
It's
and
not
I'll
gonna work.
Cut it up and send it.
It'll just
over
make
to
me
other people.
angry. No, I'd rather have none than have one. I don't want one brownie.
And you like hot fudge sundaes.
I do like hot fudge sundaes.
Yes. And shakes.
And shakes.
You like those shakes.
You have one that you make that is really amazing. It's the cinnamon
Sopapilla cheesecake.
sopapilla cheesecake. It's redonkulous.
So you get
The last one you make was a little cakey though.
yes,
some
which I
reason.
liked it that
Yeah.
way. I liked it because it was more dense and it
Yeah.
wasn't so thin and like just because I put a whole lot of whipping cream and egg, so it had more of like an eggy taste to it. And it was smaller, so what you get is a 9x11 casserole dish, or you can make it bigger depending on how deep you want it. If you have like a cookie sheet with a lip that's kind of like, I can't remember what those are actually called. They're actually called something. Not just a cookie sheet, but it has like a lip on it. And you get a crescent roll. You roll it out and you flatten it out. So a 9x11 or a really large casserole dish is best. And pat it down. Grease it first. Grease the pan. You can melt like a pat of butter, maybe like a tablespoon of butter, and kind of swirl it around so it's nice and melty, buttery, buttery. And so you put the crescent roll down, and then you get at least like 1/4 cup of sugar and cinnamon to dust that with. Split it in two. So you're going to take half of that and dust it, and then the other half you're going to dust that on top. But the mixture is like really simple. It's just 2 8-ounce cream cheese softened, a cup of sugar, 2 eggs.
A cup of diabetes.
Yes, and I like a lot of cinnamon in mine.
I like a
So
lot
I
of
put
cinnamon.
like 2 tablespoons of cinnamon in it. So it's like real cinnamony. And then you smear that on top of the first crescent roll, and then you get your second crescent roll, and it's the whole, you roll it out instead of and you pinch the edges so it's not the wedges that you perforated edges, and then you put that on top of the cream cheese mixture because it's thoroughly mixed like a cheesecake basically, and then you melt a half a stick of butter. Or a whole stick of butter, depending on how southern you are. If you're cooking like Paula Deen, it'll be a whole stick of butter. And you pour that on the top, and then the rest of your sugar mixture, which I usually make a little bit more because I like it really crunchy. And you pour that on top, and you bake it. I have 350 for like 30 minutes because it takes a long time. And it comes out beautiful. It's wonderful.
It's amazing.
The best.
And
ever.
diabetic. It will send you into a coma.
We only make it like in the spring, once a year. Well, no, twice. We make it in the springtime around like a birthday. It might be mom's birthday or dad's birthday because dad loves it. That's when we made it last time. I think dad's birthday. And then I make it at Thanksgiving time. Once at Thanksgiving, Christmas time. So
there you go.
You can't have it all the time.
No, you cannot. Or
It's so bad.
should you have it
Yeah.
more than once or twice a year?
But unfortunately, I have enough in my refrigerator to make 2 right now. So
Yeah, you were supposed to make some because we didn't make some.
yeah, I'm going to make some this weekend.
Sure,
so
sure.
just FYI.
Thank you, Terry. Next question. Just Fun Guitar. Hashtag Texas Worm. Hashtag Pop and Flick. Hashtag Offended. So what? I did not bother with WandaVision or Loki. No idea what's happening. Not my thing, but I liked Wonder Woman because, well, I did fine. Watched Godzilla vs. Kong. Enjoyed it. Agreed totally with Angela. Politics and shows sucks. I stopped watching them as soon as I could see that. Don't even attempt to watch it if I suspected. New question. Question retaliation time. He says, what biblical animals would you find in your country? Well, we have donkeys. We have
That's true.
bulls.
Serpents. I
Yeah.
have ran across a rat snake in my garden this
Goats,
morning.
rams,
Goats, sheep,
sheeps,
cows,
What
eagles.
else? Eagles.
They
We got
say
some
on
eagles. We
wings.
got we have mountain lions.
We have oxen.
Yeah, we have mountain lions, but not like lions.
Right.
Not native. I mean, there are lions in zoos here,
And we do
like
have
African
bears,
lions.
but it's mostly like in West Texas.
Oh, there's bears. Yeah, we have bears.
Yeah.
Sure.
You
and
don't really see a lot of bears here per
Yeah.
se, but we do have bears in Texas.
We have pigs.
Yeah. So most?
Pretty much
That's
all
it.
of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to define where the lion,
Locusts.
a mountain lion, counts as a lion. You know?
Yeah.
More of a
Locusts,
panther, really.
Fish.
We have fish. We have crustaceans.
Yes.
Shellfish.
We do.
You know,
The forbidden and the approved.
pretty much most of them.
We even have camels here. I mean, it's because people purchase them to own them and
Yeah.
not in zoos. Really.
There are
They're,
camels
like,
in Texas.
personally owned. Like there's a person like lives like 20 minutes away and they have that camel in
Yeah.
Mills Point.
But they're not native to us. Great animal question, Just Fun Guitar.
Yeah, that was great.
Good one. All right, next question. Jeffrey Egan. Let's see. Because I copied these. Some of these had questions. Let me get to the question. It says hashtag Texas Worm, hashtag Pop and Flick. That's what I like about Iron's Maiden first two albums. Richie Blackmore has done Fuse well. That's why I like Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Do you like the instrumental stuff, or do you prefer to hear singing? I think Greta Van Fleet would be better if they get rid of their singer. Okay. Okay. He says, pretty sure a group of hogs is known as a basket of bacon. You'd think all the barbecue joints would hire people to hunt down some hogs for them, although I've heard wild boar isn't really good eating. Have you heard anything about that? Question mark. There's the question. And the other question is, do you like instrumental stuff? Do you prefer to hear singing? All right. Because last week we were talking about wild hogs in Texas and there being like a bajillion of them. And yeah, no, they don't taste good. It's not the same thing as like, farm raised pigs.
It
that
tastes
you
exactly
raise.
what you would think it tastes like.
We had some wild
animal.
boar one time when we lived in Tulsa. A friend brought some over, and it was probably the worst thing I've eaten
Yeah.
ever, easily.
Hands down.
I'm like, I don't even like them anymore. We're not friends
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
They don't know that, but in my mind, we're not friends. Just kidding.
Just kidding.
Just kidding. We're friends. But don't ever do that again.
Yeah, don't ever give us wild boar.
It was terrible.
I've eaten a lot of game animals, and that was just the worst. So yes, we have tried it, and no, I will never.
It's
do
no
that
good,
again.
which is why otherwise there'd be a ton of it.
Because I think the processing of what you'd have to do in order to clean it, because they're such filthy animals, it would take so much time. You might as well just not eat it and just eat beef.
Just get farm raised pigs.
Yeah.
It's different.
And honestly,
It's different.
you really shouldn't be eating pork. That's not good.
None of it's really good for you. Not like Oreos.
Yeah.
Oreos are amazing for you.
Right.
Do we like instrumental stuff, or you can still do it, Ryan? Close your exercise rings. I'm going to watch. Shut up. I like both. I generally prefer music with vocals. Honestly, there are a few instrumental things I like. Like I have a couple of Nick Johnston albums, instrumental guitar. I've got a couple of Jeff Loomis instrumentals that I really
I don't really have a lot
enjoy.
of instrumental music.
Yeah. For you, it'd be more of classical stuff, but
Yeah, I like Spanish classical guitar. I like stuff like that. I can listen to that all day. I can just put it on the background like all year, just have it playing while I clean the house or something like that. I really need like a really great like record classical guitar that I could put on
that was a Texas dump truck.
that I could put on my record
Your
player.
record player.
Yes.
So yeah, a little bit. Most of the time, though, I kind of like. Majority of the time, I prefer lyrics, but I do have a few albums that I'll play, especially if I'm working out or walking or exercising or doing something. I like the instrumental stuff for that. So, thanks for the question, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Next question, Midnight Wind, who called and left us a voicemail on the machine. I should play it for you.
Oh my gosh.
He called us on a day we were closed, so we couldn't talk. He said, hashtag Texas Worm, hashtag Pop and Flick. When using effects pedals, do you prefer to front load them or use the effects loop? Also, do you use preamp in front of your rig or do you only use the amp straight? I find I like to use preamp and a touch of compression up front Oh, my camera's going crazy.
It is like an exorcism.
I need a new camera. I play mostly clean. While I know you play the metal stuff, I was wondering how you approached it. All right, great question. Midnight Wind. Well, it depends on the effects. And if you're talking like delay and reverb, I definitely prefer to run them in the loop, the effects loop of my amp, if the amp has an effects loop. 100% prefer to use those in the effects loop. Overdrives, distortion pedals, that kind of stuff. Yeah. Definitely you go in the front and not in the effects loop for me. That mostly has to do, though, what I discovered when I started playing with more delay and reverb specifically, that if you go front end, you can set that signal, where it sounds good on your clean setting, but as soon as you switch to the amp's distortion channel, it's all wonky.
Right.
Like it doesn't really work out too well. So by running those effects, delay, reverb, time-based effects, essentially, into the effects loop, when you switch channels from dirty channel to clean channel, because I prefer to use amp distortion versus overdrive pedals for the most part, you get a consistency in your effects levels. So for those, 100% in the effects loop, overdrives, distortions, stuff like that, more into the front end of the amp. That's how I like it. I don't really use a preamp, but I do use EMG pickups, which basically have a preamp built into the pickups. That's one of the things about the EMGs. So they do hit a little bit harder into the front end of the amp, but I don't have a dedicated preamp that I use. And I don't even tend to boost like on my Mesa Boogie and the other ones. A lot of people will use a clean overdrive dialed in as a boost to kind of crunch it up even more. I don't even do that. I typically just use the amp distortion just as it is. And for the most part, in YouTube videos, people have been like, man, your amp sounds great. I'm like, thanks. It's just pretty plain Jane, honestly. But thank you for the question, Midnight Wind. Thanks for the phone call. I'll play it for you in a little bit if we have time. And that brings us to my new and favorite section, comment of the day. But before that, commercial break. If you want to buy some RNA Music Swaggity Swag, which neither of us are wearing right now.
It happens.
But we do have a Teespring store. You can go get some t-shirts or cuppy cups or socks or leggings. Or whatever. Go get your RNA Music t-shirt. I meant to add some new t-shirts to the store with some new catchphrases like, I'm a people person, but I hate people.
Yes, all the people
and I like. And all the people I like are dead. I was going to make those, so you never know. Keep your eye on the Teespring store. You might see a special edition RNA t-shirt soon. So, that brings us back to comment of the day. And last week we did something kind of unique that we'd never done before.
Yeah, I didn't see what was the...
The response was great. Everybody loved it.
Okay.
Where we,
Oh Lord, I don't even know what the comment is. Okay.
Last week, and we decided to, on the spot, freaking Texas...
And trailer.
Diesel truck and trailer. Last week we wrote a song on the spot, and Angela sang the comment of the day without any rehearsal.
Yeah, that was rough.
So it was fun. Everybody liked it. So we were very minor.
Yeah.
Last week we're gonna go a little bit happier today, even though this comment saddens me very much.
Okay. There's going to probably be some editing
it's gonna
because
be.
I have no idea what he's about to play. I don't know.
Thank you, Pat Delaney, with comment of the day.
That was total out of my brain.
That was absolutely on the spot. Zero rehearsal, whatever. But that was great.
Yeah.
You did good. You do like the key of G, though.
Yeah, I do.
I know you can do G, C, E minor,
Yeah, those
D,
are my
so
grooves.
easy peasy.
What in the world?
Yeah. That was.
How do you hate mac and cheese?
Or Marvel or Metallica.
No, I get
I
those
think he hates
too.
the letter M. No. You can't hate Metallica.
No, I mean, but if you weren't raised around it, it's hard to kind of get it. But mac and cheese, dude. I just add some jalapenos in that thing, some crispy bacon, add some brisket.
I don't even need that. I just need the mac.
I'm just like, if you
cheese.
don't like just the texture of mac and cheese, add you some meat to it, son. Come on.
Good boy, son.
Come on, son.
Wasted half my day tracking you down. Come on, son.
All right. Thank you for the question, Pat.
I forgive you.
Let's move on. I don't. No forgiveness for Pat. Next question, Sinner's Dwarf. What advice do you give your students that might be lacking confidence or shy? For myself, I decided to create a YouTube channel, put some videos on there of me playing guitar. I'm not a great player, but to my surprise, I'm not hounded by trolls attacking me, which helped my confidence. I'm no longer shy playing guitar in front of people anymore.
Cool.
Yeah, all right, so advice for students that might be lacking confidence or they're shy.
I have a girl actually right now who's extremely shy.
This is your voice student from yesterday?
Yes, and I love her to bits. So
she's cute.
Camille, if you were watching, I love you to bits. And she's just so sweet and so just like a little puppet, and she's just so precious. And I told her, I know on the inside you have this image of how you want your voice to sound, and it's my job to pull that kind of out of you. And so mostly what I do personally, what I do is just encourage them. Tell them you have a good voice, and even if you don't have the most spectacular voice, who cares? Does it make you happy to sing this song? Does this song affect you in a way that you want somebody to hear it and feel what you're feeling whenever you sing it or whenever you play it? Then just play it. No one, what I'm saying? It's like people have this is one thing I hate about the music audition shows that we have now. The Voice, America's Got Talent, American Idol, all those bullcrap television shows.
It's all lies.
It's very judgmental and it's very extremely unrealistic. And so it's setting kids up, if they don't sound exactly like that and do exactly what they've seen on television, then they're no good and they have no worth.
And it's turned it into a competition.
Yes, and it gives children this false sense of security and worth and an inner dialogue that is completely bullcrap. And so I just would, whenever we have our recitals, one of the things we tell them is that when you're standing up there and you're performing and you're giving it your all, even if you just sing 3 lines, throw up and run off stage, I promise you, every single person is going to encourage you and clap for you, because most of the people out there wish they had even just a 10th of the confidence it takes to get up and even not even get up in front of people, even just pursue music. Because there's so many people that always say, I wish I would have done that. I wish I would have picked up guitar. I wish I would have.
My parents would have made me.
Or made me stick to it, or anything like that. So them just sitting down in a lesson is their first step of confidence that most people don't have, because you're saying, I'm willing to have someone critique me and give me feedback and try to make myself better. So right there, in and of itself, is a step towards confidence. Mm-hmm. But then constantly feeding that, because it is very tender ground, it is very good soil in a child's life as a music teacher to sow seeds of, just affirmation and encouragement and letting them know that you're not perfect, you're gonna mess up. I laugh all the time. I'm like, yeah, play that G, and they're like, there's not a G on the I'm like, E minor, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. You see, it's like Miss Angela goofs too, or I'm sitting there strumming something, they look over at me like, what are you playing? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I kind of brain farted there for a second, but I'm back now. And let's continue. You're doing great, though. Hey, you caught it. That's
You
good
noticed.
on you.
I was
you
testing
noticed.
you.
You noticed.
I was testing you to see if you were paying attention.
And so I'm like, even though
You
in
passed.
their eyes I have this great voice and I'm so talented, blah, 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 which is hilarious to me because I'm nowhere near anything that like that. But I let them know, listen, I'm not perfect. I'm not this uber genius musician. I will never go to that level. That's not my achieving goal. But they see someone who owns a business, who teaches people and has a YouTube channel mess up, and it helps build their like, oh, I don't have to be perfect. No, you don't, sweetheart.
Nobody's perfect.
And that is okay. You embrace all of your flaws, you learn through, you push through, and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to encourage you the whole way. And now, like tomorrow, we're performing at the farmers market. I have 2 voice students, and I'm gonna just
Canton,
play,
Texas farmers market, y'all.
yeah, and I'm gonna play a little bit of ukulele to fill in a couple of guitar songs that I know, just to kind of fiddle fart around. And then Camille, I told her, because she has a makeup lesson, because tomorrow's our makeup lessons also. And I said, well, instead of coming to the makeup lesson here at the shop, because I won't be there until later, why don't you come to the farmer's market and sing your song we've been working on? And she was like, I was like, it's not like it's a Dallas farmer's market, baby girl. This is Canton. There probably might be 20 people there. And
20,000?
They're just talking to each other. It's like there's only like 10 booths. It's very small. We don't have an audience.
Does this tomato look right to you?
We don't have an audience other than maybe someone who hasn't sold anything yet is staring at us. And that's it. I said this is the easiest way to build your confidence.
Super easy.
To talk in front of and be in front of a microphone. And she was like, okay. And she actually said yes.
Yay.
So I told her, I said, now at the last minute, if you freak out, I said, you're not going to hurt my feelings. You're not going to disappoint me. It's okay if you freak out and don't do it. But, but come to your makeup lesson later on that day.
And you also sing along with them sometimes too.
Oh, yes.
Like you do
that.
duets with your students
All
when
the
they're
time.
like freaking out. And they're like, I want to sing with you.
Yeah, I have a microphone too. So anytime
You're
I feel like you're
the safety net, right?
And I'll have them do it again, and we joke. We're like, how about we start that over? We're gonna start over because that's life, and we joke about it, and we make it light and easy and breezy, and I don't Simon Cowell them. Or like, I'm gonna tell you something that maybe like you suck. I never ever ever tell a child that because
No.
I want them to pursue music. I want them to have a love for music in their life. So that was long, but yeah, that's how you do it.
You get up and perform. That's why we have recitals that we kind of make them go to. But it's a safe space.
Yes.
But like you said,
nannies
just
and
being in a lesson with us, because I have students come in, they're like, I could play this great at home earlier today. I'm like, it's because I wasn't watching you. Now I'm watching you. I'm judging you.
Yes.
And now there's this external force of judgment that was not in your house at home.
Yeah.
And now there's this.
His parents will say, they never play for me.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's, because they know it's like someone's about to go, that was either great or like, that was terrible. Or we don't say terrible. We're like, all right, you kind of had a few mistakes here. I wish. I like that you played all the right notes, right strings, right frets. That was great. Your rhythm was a little sketchy. But you know what? You got a lot of stuff going through your brain. You're thinking fingers and what fret am I on and what string am I on and am I the right picking pattern? And you're doing all these calculations. And so the first thing to go out the window is usually your rhythm. But let's work on that right now. So you're either going to tell them, yeah, that was great, or you're going to go, hey, that was nice try.
Yes.
You don't say nice try, but it's like, hey, awesome. All right, that was a great warm up. That's what I usually say.
Let's talk about what we need to work on.
Yeah, but I'll just tell them, I was like, I don't know why I can play this at home and I can't now. I was like, because you have an audience now. It's an audience of me and watching you, but it's okay because this is live. But the more that you do this in front of, even if it's just through, like you said, through one person, the more you play in front of me, and eventually you know that I'm not going to punch you in the face or throw a beer bottle or a tomato at you because you played the wrong chord.
He might not.
Angela might drop kick you, but people's elbow. But once they realize it's not, you make a mistake, it's not the end of the universe. It's like, okay, just move on. But yeah, and we give them opportunities like the farmers market and recitals. And the more you do it, and that happened to me as a young musician. Yeah. I was super nervous when I was in the jazz band in high school playing because I was the drummer. If I made a mistake, it was painfully obvious. If the fifth trumpet out of 7 trumpets made a mistake, nobody really cared. who knows? What trumpet was that? You don't really know. But if I screwed it up because I was on the drum set, the only guy, like I could train wreck the whole thing. So that was a bit of pressure. But having to go play a bunch of gigs and like screwing up, like, oh crap, dang it, Ryan. And then the next time, I'm not gonna do that again. And then you just get over it eventually.
And you show them that it's okay, because we do it too. It's just that encouraging that.
Even your favorite person on Instagram is like, look at how. I'm like, yeah, that was their 70th take though. You didn't see them screw it up 15 times and then they got the perfect take and that's what they put out there. Because all that stuff's lies too. It's like, they didn't really do that. Anybody can play it 500 times and like show you the 500th time. And you think it's, wow, they play like that all the time.
Yeah.
Well, they don't. So, thank you for the question, Sinners to War. Great question. Great one to cover and talk about. Thank you so much. All right, and that brings us to final question. Final question. I'm experimenting with multicam this week. I don't know how it's going to work. I found it in editing whether it's going to be worth it or not because it's extra effort. Why do I need extra time in my life?
I don't know.
Extra problems. You got to up the game though. You got to up the quality.
Sure.
Of crap like that if you want people to watch. All right, Mr. LD, Ryan, what is the microphone behind you in the Washburn video you just did? How's it sound? I meant to grab it. I'll be right back.
Hey, howdy, hey.
Set it right there. You're good. Thank you, man. Have a nice day. You too. FedEx showed up. This is my CAD Audio GXL 2200 dynamic, or what is it? Condenser mic. It's not a dynamic. It's the condenser, large diaphragm, right? So this is specifically for like recording acoustic guitars or vocals for your vocal folder, right? I don't use it that much. I've used it a few times in the YouTube videos. I bought it so we'd have a little bit better audio for the Ask RNA, because you can use it as a narration, podcasting microphone, or recording vocals for your song. It sounds great. CAD Audio stuff is kind of budget friendly, sort of there as a brand. We used to carry their stuff.
All the trucks today.
Man, like it's the wrong time of day for recording this. I should be using the microphone. CAD Audio, I mean, I've got a couple of their microphones and they're great and they're budget friendly, and I wanted a mic like that, but I didn't want to spend $1 bajillion. I can't remember how much it cost. Obviously I got it at dealer cost, but it's good. And so we've done a few things with it. So check it out, GXL 2200. I have nothing bad to say about it. I think the cost the price it is, I think you get a lot. I think you get a lot of money. You get a lot of mic for your money with the CAD Audio stuff. So check it out. Yep. There you go. Recording acoustic stuff or vocals.
Sweet.
It's great. And that was the final question.
Yay!
Yay, because we got stuff to do. It's Friday. I get to edit all this video now.
Yes.
You got stuff to do.
Yes.
Farmer's market to prepare for.
Yes. A phone call here in a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, crap. Okay. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it to this point in the video, all the way through this daggum video. Daggum it. If you made it all the way through, you guys are actual legends. And please type in the secret hashtag of the day, which is hashtag farmers market.
Ooh.
And we'll know that you watched this entire video from the beginning to end. If you have answers and or comments to any of the questions down below, please leave those down in the comment section of this video. I get a lot of benefit from that. I know a lot of the other people watching will scroll through and read the comments and get some education on that stuff. So, if you have a question for next week, please type that down below. Don't forget hashtag farmers market. And until then, we'll see you in the next video. Keep the music alive.
Don't forget it.
Music needs you.
And you need the music.
And we need to keep it alive for the next generation.
That's right.
Of farmers market performers. So excited. Bye.
Bye.